Hello everyone, and welcome back. 16 degrees below 0 Fahrenheit this morning. I'm going to turn up the heat a little bit in here. And it's going to be 5 days until we leave to go to the Ice Castle 9th annual get-together. So I got a few things I need to get done. Luckily, the weather is going to warm up for that. It might be in the mid-30s. That would be so nice. We have to do some work on the fish house camper. I finally have to get the part that plugs into your truck. I've got to get it figured out. There's no more time to waste before I hook that up to the truck and we're heading north. Right now I want to grab my buddy heater. I just was started that four-wheeler because I'm going to plow a little bit right in front of the Ice Castle fish house, and since I was in the garage, I tried to start my Honda generator and it turns over fine, but the choke is frozen. So I'm going to put the buddy heater in front of it for a little bit just to get that unfrozen. And then this fish house we're also bringing up there when we go to the get-together. We're going to set this up like on the outside, and I can put that white table that I have, the fold-out table, so if we cook fish or anything I can do it out in here. It'll just be a nice little storage spot that'll be out of the weather. And then I want to run the buddy heater in there to keep it warm, you know, when we're going to use it. So I need to test this out, make sure it works. I don't think we've used it since I went ice fishing probably last year. Zach and I are going to be going ice fishing coming up here, but using these here. I'm going to actually take this, set it up in front of the Ice Castle. The reason I call it an ice castle, you know, I hope you guys don't think that I have a castle that goes on the ice. That's the name of it. It's an ice castle. That one is the Ice Castle. That's the brand name, Grand Castle, RV unit or whatever. So, but anyway, I'm going to set this up and put the door, one of the doors, over the tongue area. So when I'm working on that trailer, I want this going in there so I'm not working in 16 below weather. You know, the wind picks up, which is coming up a little bit right now. The wind chill is down in that 25 to 30 below 0 range Fahrenheit. But right now, let's get this put on that generator. Get this day started. Let that sit there for a few minutes and see if that heats it up. Might have to put something over the top of it. Keep that heat down there. had to come in. Let me put it on high. I had to come in here for a minute. My fingers are frozen. I can't even feel this finger. As soon as you drive that four-wheeler, your fingers just freeze. I've got this, I don't know, I had it in a previous video, this London Sunshine milk house heater. And what happens in the fish house is, it's got like an RV door. Everybody has trouble with the doors, the lock freezing up. So you'll get frozen in the house, like you can't get out. Or frozen out and you can't get in. So I've got a heat gun in here. Everybody carries a heat gun to heat it up. And I also put some PV blaster in the hole. My lips barely work because they're cold. And that has helped a lot. But I found if I have this electric heater right here, and here's the door, I haven't had any trouble with it freezing up now. It keeps enough heat on there. And it keeps this end of the fish house nice and toasty. I have the heat in here turned way down. I think it's on like 35 degrees right now. Save propane. We're going to be out here a lot this weekend getting this all ready. I'm so excited. I'm nervous about bringing it up there. Every time you got to pull something this big, it's nerve-wracking. But luckily it's not going to be 20 below, because nothing works right when it's 20 below. Melissa and I will also be able to look at this since we're getting everything ready this weekend for next week and weekend. We'll be able to look around in here and see how much room there is and how we want to set things up. Never could get this one to light very good with the pilot. I mean, it's a few years old. I have two of these. I don't know. Maybe this is my old one. Do I have one up at the tent? I know I have a small one up at the tent. I mean, the gas is there. I don't know why. Let that heat up for a while. Probably come out here after lunch and start tinkering with that wiring. I am not looking forward to it, but it's been months that I've been looking at that. Honda starts and runs good, and this is the backup generator. That Honda though puts out 3,000. This is only 1,800 watts. That's starting watts. It really runs at 1,400. This would still run the whole fish house, but it wouldn't run like a microwave very good or anything. But the cool thing is I have those batteries, you know, the solar power battery stations or whatever. I've got 2 of them in there. I got a third one in here. I might bring my Bluetti AC 200L. I should probably get that plugged in and make sure it's charged up. And I can run the fish house camper off of that completely. It'll run everything except for like air conditioning, which we're not going to use, even the microwave. And then I could use this little one if I had to charge up the batteries. So, I mean, what's the chance we're going to have trouble? You never know. But when we're going to be out at least 2 miles out on the ice and almost 160 miles away from home. It's best to have a backup and a backup. %. Looks like it needs about 20 minutes to get up to 100. What's nice with this one is I can plug directly in with a 30 amp. I have to make sure that for my generator I need to have a 30 amp reducer to like a 110 for running that little generator. I've got the whatever you call it that runs from the generator to 30 amp for my Honda. Yeah, I gotta make sure I've got that. Right there. It's a little stiff, but that would work right there. Then we have to get our tackle boxes put in there. I've never got to use my, like she has the camera, I think that's this one. I've got this Vexlar FL8. I've never got to use this. I bought it used. I'm going to have to get all these charged up too. Yeah, this is my flasher right here. Depth finder thing. So all this has to go out there. There's stuff that can come out of there. We're going to bring this gas grill. I don't need, I have that little one. I can take that out of the camper. We're going to bring, I was going to bring up the Kamado grill, but I don't think I'm going to this time because Melissa's going to cook a lot of the food first. And then we just have, I don't know. Anyway, I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm going to bring the bobber one that's already in there. And then we've got the cooler, the live bait cooler. Oh, we were going to look at that. Because you put your bait in there, and then it has an aerator. But I didn't know if this aerator needs batteries or if it charges. DC on. It runs when I plug it in, but there's no batteries in here. Two power options, battery powered or 12-volt adapter. Oh, 2 D-cell batteries not included. I see. It says upgrade to the new aerator. So we have the old one, so I need 2D batteries, which I have some in the house. But I can just plug it into any, there's all kinds of those outlets in the fish house. Just plug it in there and run it. They sure sent enough stickers to stick on everything. I'm not putting it on anything until I figure out if it works. Still have a few minutes before lunch, so I think I'm going to get these right in there. Let's see, this is my flasher. This is her camera. Flasher. Might as well make sure these are charged up. Melissa will definitely help with all the packing, but it's my job to make sure all this stuff is plugged in and charged up. Last year when we went fishing to Border View Lodge, we didn't have any of this stuff. I think I had bought the camera. She did play around with the camera. But Jeff Ryan borrowed me 2 of his. And that's the first time I had ever fished with a fish finder type thing. And I always thought, it's so kind of, you know, in my mind it's like so stupid, but you really can tell if the fish are there. It's amazing that they even allow it. It's amazing that it's even legal. Now everybody's using the live scope, which we don't have a live scope. Eventually we'll have to get one. Those things are really cool. According to that, it's not putting out any output. You know, he said he had 2 chargers for it. Maybe I need to get a new battery for it. I don't know. I think I turned it on. Let's try the other one then. Well, I can't seem to get that one to charge. I can't believe that the battery would be full. Not after sitting for a year. I mean, we'll see what happens, but I might have to buy another battery. Let's try the other ones. The worst part is if I just using the battery to try to see what the draw is, because there's no light on them charger things or anything. But I can't, and it's not coming out of here, but if I plug it into a regular cord, I have no way to know if it's charging either. Oh, there it is. Now I have some output. It's pulling 24 watts. So if I turn this off, then it goes to 0 watts. Now this one shows a red light that it's charging. Well, now it's went to green. Maybe those batteries do keep it charged that good. Oh, this one has a little red light. I didn't see that. So that one is charging. This one, it was red. Red to green, so it must be all charged up. Wow. I'm going to go in and have lunch. I came out here after lunch, but when I tried to do the lights, I'm trying to look out the window to see like if I can figure out which one the running lights are. Well, that gets rid of one of the wires in here. I know where it goes, but it was sunny out and I couldn't see if any of the lights were on, so I waited until it got dark. Melissa just got home a little bit ago and I have to figure out the right way to figure this out. I think I need to have it grounded, the battery. If I can just get one of them going. So tail and running. I need a color that I can. Left turn brake is green. It's supposed to be green. And this one over here, green is the brown wire. You know what? I want to do tail and running lights. Seven-way traditional, I don't see colors very good. I don't know what color that is. Let's see, I had something on my phone that I looked at also, that I took a picture of. Gallery. There. Auxiliary and tail running lights. I think that's brown, but it would be the... So if I can get them to come on, I should just unhook all of this because I don't need any of it hooked up to this. Okay. I had my first success. Brown on here is running lights. Tail and running lights on a 7-way traditional. That might be brown. Let's see what it looks like here. Tail running should be brown. So that's right. So then it's not hooked, well, according to this then, the first one, it's not hooked up like RV standard. It's hooked up like a 7-way traditional for like a utility equipment, cargo trailers versus fifth wheel. Why don't they just do it all the same? How stupid. So left turn and brakes should be yellow. I don't know that I had a yellow. I do. I have two of them that are kind of yellowish. So let's... This one I think is the most yellow. I'll go check that. Alright. Good news, that is the left turn. Okay, so we scored again. That is the right. people always say in videos, is there anything you can't do? And it's like, I think anybody can do anything they want to do, but for me what takes the longest is, like today, it was like, okay, I've got to get going on this. And I have to wait till a day when it kind of clicks in my head. And I don't know why it did today. So this is right turn and brakes. So that's 3 out of what should be 7, and I only have 5 wires. 1, 2, 3, I have 6 wires. But I don't need the backup one, the backup light. So what else do we have? Auxiliary power, that's going to be a tough one. How do I even figure that out? And do I want to be running power in when the battery's in there running power probably out? You think it would like make a spark. That one sparks the, when I hit the black one, it sparks it here. But somebody said that might be the electric brake would do that too. Okay. Well, whatever you guys got, that was the most frustrating ever. Actually, I don't know how much I broke that into, but that was almost 18-minute clip of me doing this with a lot of profanity. Tail and running lights should be top, right. Yep, that's good, because last time I did this I turned on my blinker to one of the sides and my running lights went off and on. Okay, that was extremely frustrating. I just went into the fish house to go into my little, I've got this like a micro screwdriver set to get this, and the lights, electric lights, don't come on in there. So that means I doubt that it blew the fuse, because this is all the way hooked up into the garage. I doubt that it blew that fuse. I'm sure it blew a fuse down underneath everything by the, whatever you call that thing, the inverter. I don't know if it's going to be a mainline fuse. I'll have to go underneath there and look. Hopefully this is done. Looking all over for my other gloves and I had left them out here. Alright, done in here for tonight. Well, you know, it actually, I don't know. I should probably go check the garage to make sure it didn't blow a breaker before I crawl underneath there, because it's easier for me to walk than crawl. I'll be right back. There it is. It was not a breaker, but Melissa must have let the dogs out. I was watching earlier today and Chunky was out there. What happened when I plowed snow, I pushed it and it pulled the cord, because that cord runs all the way from the garage behind the front garage, and then I've got the cord on the ice castle and then another ice castle thick one, and it just reaches it. Well, I saw Chunky get kind of tangled up in it earlier today, or he was just kind of kicking it around. They must have went out there, and him or the puppy, because Joni doesn't usually go in the deeper snow, must have pulled it, unplugged it, pulled it all the way out the hole, and it was in the yard. So I plugged it back in and I wrapped it around. So now if they do it, I don't know what'll happen, but good. Everything else is just running on battery now. show you a couple things that we got here for when we're out here fishing. You know, when you drill your holes, and a lot of times, well, like if you leave the fish house up and then drill your hole so you can push the ice underneath that comes up, well, when you lower it, it doesn't go straight down. It goes down and then it shifts about 6 inches. So some people can try to drill it right. It would drive me absolutely crazy. Here we drill a 10-inch hole too. And some people take their sleeves and put the sleeve upside down to keep the ice in there. But what we did is we got a slush bucket. This goes right over like this. Then when we drill, that ice will come up and get into here, and then we just take it outside and dump it. See how that works? The auger will go right down in there. And another thing that we got, because when you're fishing here, first of all, you got the dogs walking around, you're walking around, and a lot of people's cell phones go right down the hole. So we bought catch covers for all of them. I guess I can hook this up. I already checked to make sure that they would work. And you take this, it's clear, and you put the catch cover over it. I don't know that I would want to put all my weight on there. I don't think it can break, but anyway, dogs can walk over it, whatever. You put your line in here, and then it gets too wide for your phone to fit through there, so it can't go down the hole. And then your line comes up here, so then when you get a fish, when it's going down, you just grab this, and then there's a slot here, pull it out, reel in your fish, and then after you're all done with everything, you put that back over. And also, like, we're going to put the sleeves down in there. And this is what the sleeves look like, and these are actually glow in the dark. So the sleeve goes down in the hole. This one happens to make it, see? And I'm blocked up about 3 inches. A lot of people, what they do, anyway, the catch cover fits inside of there. So, and then with the sleeves, and then all this keeps, I mean, I can feel cold coming up through here, but it's less cold than if I'm like this. And then you take and you know, pack ice around here to keep the air from coming up in. And then of course, like, the wheels are right here, so you get most of your air there, and we have the covers, wheel covers, that cover that whole area to keep the wind up from coming in. And then you can bank a little snow around it like you would do with a portable, and that works good. The thing is with this, like, we're going to be raised up 4 inches, so probably about here. But sometimes, like, say that there's snow underneath your ice cast, like you bring it in, you know, the ice, it's not always just nice glare ice, you know. So then you might go down and, oh no, it comes down and boom, it hits. A lot of people take their cover and they cut it like this. Then you take this part, put it inside of this part, and then you can slide it down to hit. So you have it adjustable. I was going to do that right away, and I thought, I'm just going to wait. Because hopefully if I have 4x4s underneath there, I shouldn't need it. A lot of people will put just a 2x4, well then I'd be hitting the ground. And I need to cut 4x4s too. I'm not going to do it how, ice is usually fairly level, so it's just the snow humps. And I don't want, like when I go camping, I have like 2 2x4s and a 1x. Maybe I have 4 2x4s on that end because the ground is uneven. Well, water, it levels itself, but with heaves and cracks and snow, it's not always quite that level. So we are going to wait with cutting those for now. It's going to be so nice getting everything cleaned up in here and all the pillows set there, because we just come here and crash out on the couch. She usually lays there and around this, and I lay like this and watch the movie on Saturday. Get it all cleaned up and stuff like this. This gas grill can go into the workshop because I'm going to bring that bigger silver one. Dog toy. Dog toy. On Tuesday, Joni and Chunky go in to get a bath and their nails trimmed or whatever. The puppy, I'm just going to pick her up and throw her in the bathtub and give her a bath. I don't want it to smell like dog in here for 4 days when we're out there fishing. So, another dog toy. And then we're going to set the dog beds up underneath here. Or at least put one or two. We've got a big this pot here. Might have to get one more of these because we're thinking if we take a shower in here, which we will want to for 4 days, you're gonna have to clean up. But I don't want to put water into the hot water heater. So I think I'm going to do the thing, you guys remember seeing it, where the pipe comes out and you can put it in the hole or into a bucket. I'm going to heat water up like we do in the tent and get it the right temperature, and then we can just run a short shower, and yeah, that should work awesome. But usually I'll heat 2 of these up because Melissa said she's definitely going to want to do her hair, and where my hair takes a minute, her hair, she's got a lot of hair. So, but anyway, put the dog bed, a couple of dog beds underneath here, and hopefully the dogs will go underneath there and kind of lay at night because all the fishing stuff will be out here. But I told her last thing I want to do is be sleeping and all of a sudden dogs are clunking on the bottom. I'm going to get really, yeah, that won't work. So we'll see what happens. I was going to end this video right now. I kind of want to keep them shorter up to the get-together because I'm not going to be able to edit videos, or even if I can, I'm not going to be able to upload them. But I think we'll run it to tomorrow. I need to hook the truck up to, you know, and see if everything works. And I mean, because I just looked at it and I have 2 hours and 6 minutes of video coverage so far in this video, which puts the video at 20 to 30 minutes. Well, there's a lot of profanity I have to cut out from tonight, so. But anyway, tomorrow I'll have to hook the truck up, see if that works, just to get it plugged in. I need to go to L&M and buy, you have to have a shelter tag on a permanent house that sits out there. So, and then you have to have your numbers on the door. And earlier this year I was trying to take those numbers off, and now I got like 2 of them off and they're impossible. So I'm just going to take my numbers, put them over the other numbers, and then where I took the 2 off, you know, put them back on there. Because then the DNR will be happy with that. And then you also have to have your shelter tag, which is this thing right here, and that has to be visible outside. And a lot of people put them in their window, but all of our windows on here are mirrored. So I'm going to have to probably just put them in a plastic bag or something, because they did say, I was reading on the Ice Castle Owners Group Facebook page, and they said that there's DNR, so Department of Natural Resources, for you guys that might be Fish and Wildlife, and law enforcement will be at this event. So, and I mean, that's good. There's going to be 200 to 300 of these out there, you know, and they've got, you know, vendor row goes down, and you've got the big tent that they keep heated to 60 degrees where there'll be live bands in there. I think there's a bar in there. I saw pictures. I mean, the people are just packed in there. I told Melissa, I said, that looks like just one big place to get COVID. But anyway, they said that a lot of people will camp outside of the area. You know, they plow that 1 mile area, but people will be outside with their wheelhouse and then just drive in with their 4-wheeler or snowmobile or their UTV or side-by-side, whatever. But if you don't have your registration up to date, you will get a ticket on that. So they were kind of just warning everybody about that. So there's a really good chance with that going that they're going to check every single ice castle, and I want to make sure that I have my numbers correct, that I have my tag for this thing here, and leashes for the dogs, because if they want to come in, the dogs would, Joni and Chunky would never let them pass. Joni would never let them in the door. Chunky, he'll bark a lot, but when you open it, he'll back off and stuff. But Joni, it depends. There was sometimes Chunky just stands his ground, and like I was telling Melissa, because she said, well, we can just tell the dogs to calm down. And, you know, they are good listeners. But I said, this is different. Like, see, that's like when like the mail person comes up and we happen to let the dogs out to use it. And, you know, they're barking at the mail person. And I said, that's different though. I said, that's outside the house. I said, this is inside the house and it's a small house. I said, just, you know, like, no, you're not getting into my house. You just never know. So I want to keep leashes for them because if they want to come in, we have no problem with that. But there'll just be some barking dogs for a while. But anyway, I need to make sure everything is legal before we go. So that I will do that tomorrow also. I might even get the piping that I need for the diesel heater, but I don't know if I have enough time to put all that together. I'm just not sure. So anyway, let's just wait till tomorrow, and I'm rambling on forever and see what happens. Turn my London Sunshine milk house heater back on. Haven't had any trouble with this locking up. And turn out the lights. It's late afternoon of the following day. I had a bunch of other stuff I did today. It's cold out. I think that it was, what, 16 below this morning, I think? 17 maybe? And now it's 2 degrees above zero. Tonight we slammed down to, again, like 15 below. And then it's going to start to warm up. I just ran up to L&M and got the numbers I need for the fish house camper. And got a couple of pieces of 3-inch pipe. I don't know if I can use them for the diesel heater, but since I was there, I picked them up. Otherwise, inside the house today, I decided it's so cold out because there was a breeze. I steam clean the carpet and stuff, which it needed to be done. And then I thought I better get up there and get this stuff because tomorrow's Saturday. It's the weekend. I have to run out to the fish house and measure how far it is from the ground to about this high on the window. Right now I'm just setting it up. I'm not going to do the return air in it. I just want to get it set up. And so I'm hoping I can hook this up tomorrow and see how much air comes, you know, how warm it is going in there. Even though tomorrow's going to be very cold compared to when we're up fishing, like 30-degree difference. But I'm going to measure. I don't know if I need one of these or if I need 2 of these for what I'm trying to do here. I'm probably going to have to tape this one on because I don't have a little crimping tool. Anyway, I'm going to go measure that right now. It's getting late. I just wanted to come out here for a little bit tonight. "64 inches is what it is to about the center of where this will go into the window part there. So higher than the ceiling. I'm guessing I'm going to need both. Yeah, I will. They didn't have any elbows. If they would have had elbows, I would have bought elbows for this. Would have been so easy. But for me, I got this at L&M. They didn't have the elbows, but for me to go to like Menards or Home Depot or whatever, that's 40 minutes one way, depending on which one I go to. Could be 45. So that's an hour and a half. It's like, I think I can make this work. 64 is right about here. You guys can't even see that. 64 inches is right about here. So this one will just go in. And I can always just move this over, you know, and put it at an angle. And I do have that, it's like foil bubble wrap that I can wrap around this if it was super cold. I just got to figure out how to do that. And then bend it. Okay everyone, well thanks a lot for watching. Hate to leave everybody hanging, but I'm going to end this one now because otherwise I'm not going to have enough time to get anything edited and put up. And tomorrow I'm going to start fresh with getting everything ready. I think I'm going to bring this out there, fire it up, see how it works, because I still have that car battery sitting in the hub fish house. And I can use that to power this. And then I did order like an AC to DC converter, which I think shows up tomorrow or the following day. So I could just plug it in like Zachary does his and run it that way, which I think is a much better idea than... I mean, you can't do that if you're out somewhere, but I've got electricity there. I might as well use it. Get this running. I did get... Let's see. Oh yeah, I got a couple of different fish fries here, and these are all the numbers, 9 numbers I need for putting on the door of the fish house to make me legal. So yeah, I got to bring these in and show them to Melissa. So I have to do that yet. You still have to hook it up to the truck to make sure that the trailer and everything works. I'm going to do that probably Monday. I got to work Monday and Tuesday, but I'll be home in the afternoons. And those days are going to be warmer, so then I'll hook everything up, and then if I have to switch a wire around or something, I don't have to have that fish house there or anything like that. And tomorrow I'll start bringing all the stuff out there, getting that put away. We're going to get it all cleaned up in there. I'll probably end up doing that because Melissa's going to cook a lot of the food for that get-together before we leave. They don't really have anything for food vendors there. There's a whole vendor row of just anything you could ever want to buy for fishing and ice fishing. But they don't have much for food. They are having a benefit for a person that has cancer, and it's good, you know. So we're going to go to that, and then it's tacos. But other than that, it sounds like we'll be cooking all of our food. So she's going to make like a shrimp mold, a keto cheesecake. We're going to bring up steaks, hamburgers. She had some, I think pizza. Oh no, she's going to make, remember we did those homemade pizzas? She's going to make homemade pizzas this weekend, and then we're going to, I don't know what we do, put them on cardboard and cover them in cellophane or whatever, and then freeze them so we can bring them up. We can pop those in the oven. So she's going to be busy doing a lot of that stuff, so I will end up doing most of the stuff out in the fish house. So I'm going to end this one now so that I can just start fresh tomorrow, and because I got a lot of stuff to do this weekend. I still have to go up and get at least probably five 30-pound cylinders of gas filled. I'd like to have 5 30s and a 20 to run anything that's going to be in the hub for cooking and stuff. I'm excited. The only nervous part is getting up there. You never know if your truck's going to break down, you're going to get a flat tire on the fish house, something's going to happen. But once it's set on the ice, be there for 4 days. If I can't get it off the ice, it can stay there. I'll go up the next weekend. Yeah, I am. I'm excited. Oh, and my hernia surgery is scheduled for March 5th. So I made sure, they could have got me in on February 1st, and I says, no, fishing doesn't end until the 25th of February. And then there was that weekend, and then I think it's Tuesday after that weekend I go in. So I want to get that done, get the tent winter trip done after Melissa gets back from Louisiana, which will be the 17th, which we probably already talked about, 17th of February. So that'll be a busy end of the month there too. A lot of stuff coming up and warmer weather. I will see you guys on the next video.